All right, let's get to guest number one, bringing that happiness and love, bringing that nostalgic to the show as well. The one and only Henny Holyfield. He's joining me right now. What's good, man?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for being on the show this evening. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me. Likewise.
Yeah, so let's get into it, man. I definitely want to talk about this nostalgic record and the happiness.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, and I want to get into that, and I want to get into the happiness and love single. Very, very similar, familiar sample that you got there. We definitely got
Yeah.
to get into that. Um, but first things first, man. How did you get into hip hop? How did it start off for you?
Started off. I was in the R&B heavy because that's what moms used to listen to. And then somewhere along the line, it just transitioned. Some of my early influences were MC Hammer and Heavy D. Just bringing the fun to the music. And then, eventually my cousin Alizé Ali pretty much gave me the fundamentals on how to rap, and I took it and ran with it.
Yeah, I definitely see that in your bio, mentioning guys like a MC Hammer and a Heavy D,
Yes,
who
sir.
brought a lot of fun to hip hop, brought a lot of joy to hip hop.
Yeah. They
You
was
know,
smiling, they was dancing, you
smile,
could tell them brothers was having a good time when they was making music.
man. Like anytime you hear MC Hammers, you can't touch this. You can't help but to dance. You may not be
Yeah,
able
hit
to
the running
do,
man one
yeah,
time.
you may not be able to do the moves that he did, but it was just you was gonna have yourself a good time.
Yeah,
Heavy
it was
D
infectious.
given his size and everything, he got some moves
Yeah,
too. I mean, don't get it
yeah,
twisted.
yeah.
So Heavy D. So with that being said, man, like guys like them, who can rap, they can add the dance element to it, man. Um, how would you describe like just having fun in hip hop? You got people at times that take things a bit too seriously, but people forget music is like most things in life. You gotta have fun. You gotta enjoy this. Just to talk about the fun element in hip hop when it comes to your music and performing.
Um, I enjoy what I do. Music is like therapy for me, but it's also, it's fun, man. And for those that are, serious all the time, maybe you don't know what it is that put them in that state of mind to where they take everything serious, so you can't take nothing away from them. And there is a place for them in hip hop. My preference is just to bring, some good vibes. There's you look through the Billboard charts and the top hip hop records in the nation. It's a lot of violence and killing and stuff like that going on. So there's plenty of that out there. I feel like there needs to be more positivity. I just happen to be in a position and live a life to where I can talk about things like that.
So let's get into this record, Happiness and Love. Um,
Yes, sir.
you sampled Al Green's "Let's Stay Together," put a spin
Yes,
to it,
sir.
and man, and it's actually my first time hearing that song. Um, and I was scrolling through the EP today, and then when I see Happiness and Love, I'm like, okay, and I literally played this for the first time, and soon as I heard the sample, I was like, man, he
Mm.
he, he knew what he's doing with this record, and it
Yeah.
worked. It really worked. Talk about putting this song together and being able to get this Al Green sample in there. So what was it like recording Happiness and Love?
Well, shout out to my DJ slash producer, Just Loyal Brands. He wanted to do a project with me that was sample based. That's pretty much his style of producing. He uses a lot of samples. But when he presented that record to me, I mean, even though it's not the love and happiness sample, which some people get confused and don't realize it's Let's Stay Together, it just reminded me of that feeling. And I had a record that I was promoting previously to this album getting released called Win, and it just gave off that positive vibe. Saying that I want to see other people win, so I figured why not continue in that fashion, keep the positive vibes coming, and just talk about where I was in life and what's going on with me and how I feel, and it came together nicely, man. I really enjoyed recording that record.
So go check out the track "Happiness and Love" from Henny Holyfield off the
The visual
Nostalgia.
is available as well.
Yeah, and check out the EP as well. Just good
So,
tracks, good samples, just good vibes, good times. Um, parents. You know how parents are, especially hearing the samples. Like, ooh, you missed out on the good times, kid. When we was your
right, right,
age, we grew up to this. So,
right. Back in my day.
yeah, back in my day, we had Al Green, Stevie Wonder, Motown,
Great, man.
Tina
Yeah.
Turner, Aretha Franklin. The list goes on and on. We hear that for our parents every single time. Now, I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
argue with them. Now, I was young, naive, okay,
Right.
but but then I hear more of this old music from today's artists, just to get that feeling from when
Yeah.
they heard
I
that
mean, you don't
song.
appreciate it when you're young because you want to listen to what you want to listen to. I was the
Yeah.
same way. But now that I'm grown, I know I appreciate that my mother used to play stuff like that because it's music for the soul, and not only can the older generation get into records like Happiness and Love, but the younger ones can too. The ones that their parents don't let them listen to rap with obscene language, and it's clean, and my kids sing along to it like it's just a feel good record that anybody can enjoy.
So from people's reaction to it, from people, whether it's your fellow artists or just fellow listeners, what from the reaction that you've been getting from this EP, what else some of the standout tracks, as far as the reaction they've been getting, that you be getting from them, as far as other songs that stood out, other than "Happiness and Love"? What's some of those standout tracks from people that's been listening to this EP?
I would have to say "A Love of Your Own" is a standout track. "Another Day," um, also the vibes. Uh, and Only Human. Those are all tracks that people have told me that they specifically like the best. I was a little unsure before I released this project. Because it's different. It's sample based. It's got like a 80s 90s sound. So I wasn't sure that the general public would gravitate towards it. I was a little worried, but once it got closer to the putting it out stage, I was like, you know what, this is good music, man. Like undeniable, regardless of what age range you're in, what walk of life you walk. You know what I'm saying? Like it's music that anybody can enjoy if they take the time to appreciate it.
I definitely say that your approach to this kind of reminds me of one of my favorite artists slash producers, and Eric Sermon,
Mm.
from the legendary EMPD, who's also known for doing beats and sampling old school tracks. He put the spin on Marvin Gaye on the
Yeah,
track
yeah, just
music.
like music. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that music. Right.
and you know it's for some reason his name gets forgotten when it comes to MCs and producers, especially producing wise. And he's that dude. He can spit. He give you that knowledge. He gives you the samples that you grew up loving. And Eric Sermon and EMPD, I like them. I like them a lot. So it's
Yeah,
so I
they
like
definitely deserve their votes, man. As
yeah
far as legendary producers,
yeah
as well as like the Jermaine Dupri's and P Diddy's.
yeah
You know what I'm saying? A lot of So Def and Bad Boy records were, old records that they just flipped and made anew, and they did it the right way. They didn't tarnish the record. They kept it a classic, but they put their own twist on it, and I definitely am heavily influenced by both of
yeah.
those producers.
It definitely could be very challenging when you sample a classic song,
Oh yeah,
because you don't know how people are gonna feel to it, especially those that love the original, um, and it could be very challenging. But I think for the most part, people tend to at least be a little bit more open minded, just be willing to listen to it, and eventually grow to like it anyway. So,
as
um,
long as it's good. I mean, because
yeah,
I'm the same way. I'm open minded.
yeah,
I'll hear you out, but please
yeah,
don't mess up one of my favorite songs. That's
yeah,
not. I can't
exactly,
get into it. And like
exactly.
Tupac is somebody who I sampled in the past, and for the longest time I wouldn't touch a Tupac record just because of the level of respect I had for him.
Hmm.
But once I got more comfortable with my craft, I was like, you know what, I could do this, and I put my own twist on it, and I was satisfied with it.
Awesome. Respect to the late great Tupac Shakur. To all the MCs that we lost, especially this
Most
year.
definitely.
We lost a lot of
Yeah,
good
man.
MCs. Shock G,
Yeah,
Black Rob, DMX, Biz
it's
Markie
Marquis.
recently.
Yeah,
So rest in peace to the MCs that we lost this year. So
definitely.
so Henny, what is next for you? Now you got the song, you got the EP out, you got new music out already. What's next for you as we are getting to the ending weeks or months per se at the summer? What's next for you, man, as far as maybe upcoming shows and what else you have going on right now that your fans need to keep an eye on?
I have a show this Saturday. It's called Lit August Nights. Shout out to my Skylit team. We put that together, and we're going to be rocking at the Cafe Colonial in Sacramento this Saturday from 6 to 10:30. So anybody that's tuned in the area wants to come check me out, they're more than welcome to come catch me there. It's going to be a dope showcase. As far as music is concerned, you can definitely expect another visual of the Nostalgic Project. I haven't quite decided which one it's going to be yet, but I know that I'm going to definitely do another visual for that project. And then I have a group project that is complete. My group goes by the name of 316. The name of the album is That's a Wrap. We're in the mastering process right now. We're looking to release some singles real soon and then probably release that album in the fall. And then I also have another joint album with my cousin Alizé Ali. It's the Ali and Holyfield album. And we are releasing our first single off of that on August 22nd. And so we're going to release the single Roses, and that's going to have a visual as well. So August 22nd, lock that in your calendars. Be on the lookout for that. And then I have two solo projects. I have a rock collaboration project. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on simultaneously. So just expect a whole lot more as the year closes out.
Definitely, man. I definitely look forward to hearing more music from you as well. Go check out the show this weekend. Henny's going to be on the stage doing his thing. Check out his website, hennyholyfield.com. That's Henny Holyfield.com. All the music is on there. All the social media links is on there. He's got YouTube as well. Got some
And
visuals.
Holyfield on everything. Yes.
He got you covered, man. So and he also
As
got a
well as those,
store.
say that again?
Yeah, and he also got a store on the website as well. So
Yeah.
um
You can buy merch and physical copies of the album. I'd like to encourage my listeners to go back in time as well and go check out my album Clocked In that dropped in August of last year. And then I also dropped a project under the Cali Boys. Far West Coast is the name of that project. It was dropped in October. So those are both available on all digital platforms. Go check those out. And then also tune in to Top Shelf Radio, which I'm the host of every Sunday night from 9 to 11 p.m. on the360radio.com.
Awesome. Go check that out. I'm definitely gonna have to buy that Henny Holyfield shirt with the boxing glove on the side. We'll have to buy
Okay,
that
I got
shirt.
hoodies too. I got joggers, whatever you need, man. I got you.
Yeah, I'm definitely have to buy, especially the hoodie, because we're gonna get to this fall weather in a couple
Uh,
months, and I gotta stay cool but look fly as well.
that's right.
So
Hell yeah.
great chatting with you, Henny. Thank you so much for your
Likewise.
time. Keep doing your thing. I look forward to the new music. You enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Thanks again for being on the show.